In 2001, when I got at Radnor Lake, friends of Radnor Lake and myself, along with some other folks with the state of Tennessee, we worked on an overall comprehensive plan on protecting Radnor. This is through a series of meetings, board meetings, etc. And a lot of it was just hiking and figuring out what we really needed to save, what was critical, and the idea behind that is we wanted the visitor experience at Radnor to stay like it is. We didn't want to react to a house being built after the fact. We wanted to be proactive and be ahead of the game and identify these areas where if they were developed, it would change or alter our visitors' experience forever. So the development of a house over a ridge line, while it may not be in an area that a visitor could see, you're still going to hear the dogs barking in their yard. You're still going to see the light pollution in the evening and early morning. You're going to hear cars come and going. You're going to hear mowers. And all those things dramatically take away from a visitor experience on the trails of Radnor. You know, when you have a property that's in the watershed of Radnor, and by watershed, we define that as if a drop of water, rainwater falls and it can make it into the lake, it's watershed of Radnor Lake. A house being built there, every drop of oil from a car in that driveway to the chem lawn being put down in their yard is going to eventually try to make it into Radnor Lake. And we need to prevent that to ensure that the water quality stays as good as it is now. Most of our visitors, when they come to Radnor Lake, they don't realize that a lot of the land that they see from either the trails or the road, we don't own. There's a substantial amount of property left that we're trying to get for that reason. So we want the visitor experience to stay that way. When a visitor goes on a hike with us off trail up to Harris Ridge, we take them through the current natural area or property that we already own, and then we hike up this point on a ridge top that overlooks Franklin Road and I-65. It's a mild to strenuous hike to the top of the ridge, and as soon as you get to the top, you can see the dramatic difference in the size of the trees. They're huge compared to the property that we own. You get up top, it's large chestnut oaks and shagbark hickory trees littering the hilltop. It's got a thin, shallow soil up top, wildflowers, plants, mostly native plants, mostly undisturbed. And the ridge top itself is shaped somewhat like an L. So we take the visitors down that ridge top, we show them the overlooks. There's some great views. There's some great views of the natural area because the ridge top looks directly down on the lake. What we're seeing at Radnor Lake is we're seeing species come back to Radnor Lake that we haven't had. Otters came back in the late 90s. That's one thing that excites our visitors to see when they're walking the road or on the lake trail. We're also seeing things for the first time like bald eagles. The last couple of years we've seen an increase in those. Those all are reasons why we need to buy the remaining property. If those things are coming back on their own, we need to make sure that we make it a suitable place for them to come back to.